Well, well, well. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. These are your guys back with Vice and a little truth. And I'm your boy D. Cott. I'm here with my co-host.
Hey, you gotta excuse him because we're live now, and he's been clowning in the pre-production meeting. He's been acting a plumb fool already. So I already know this is gonna be a show where we go in on each other because he's already started some mess. So just don't take my bias too lightly because it's gonna definitely be true.
Before we get started, I want to make sure I give a shout out to our sponsors. Matt Gaddis with State Farm Insurance, all your life, health, auto, fire, renters insurance. Matt Gaddis is your guy. 317-894-3865, Indianapolis. Next up, Wired to the Nines. Any low voltage needs that you have, cameras installed, any type of internet connections, Wired to the Nines is your spot. And then lastly, our spot, Bigsy Sports Grill, Matt and Lita over on Brookville Road. Anything you need, cold beverages. We've got karaoke's on Thursday night. And also, by the way, we may have a show coming up in the next month and a half or so. You just never know. So thanks to our sponsors. We appreciate you all supporting us in the Game Time Network, and especially Bias with a Little Truth. So as we get going here, I want to welcome my boy Reggie Sykes to the stage. I am so happy you're on with me, man. We're already having such a good time. It's great being your best friend, and I appreciate you being a part of the show.
You're not my BFF. Phil always says you're my best friend just because he's a Cowboy fan and you back the Cowboys, but you are not my best friend. I have real friends that don't start trouble in my home and talk trash all the time. So you are not my friend. I just want you to
apologize, y'all. Yeah, only if y'all knew, and I won't make this public, so don't worry. I would not. Some things that need to be left off camera and off mic. So we're going to talk about some NBA playoffs, and at the end, we may tie in a little bit of Reggie's favorite team, those Indianapolis Colts, so we can get through on that. So, but to get started, I want to talk a little bit about what happened Monday night. I know you've got the games pulled up. That what happened is we can go through those and we can assess those, and then we'll have a little bit of time in the end to kind of spitball a little bit.
Yeah, because Isaiah's been tagging me on these Lakers posts, so we got to make sure we go talk about that. Those are the Tuesday games, and we'll talk about that also. But on the Monday games, first game we had was the Raptors and the Cavaliers, and like I told you in Isaiah, Harding would show up and Harding would perform, and the Raptors didn't stand a chance against the Cavs. You two guys, I was wrong about some stuff in the playoffs. We all were.
Right.
We thought Charlotte Hornets would do better than what they did.
Yeah.
That was a negative. But I told you two guys about the Cavs. I told you Harding is down in, and this is his year that he may, I didn't say he would, I said he may get out the East. So let's talk about the Raptors games. It was the Raptors 105, the Cavs 115. So the Cavs lead the series 2-0.
I'll tell you this, man. You know, Cleveland got those two bigs up front. They erase a lot of problems that backcourt, may present on the defensive end. And Harden and Spider have worked well together. Both, scored over 20 points. They don't need to score 35 each. Spread that ball around, and they can beat Toronto. And as I said at the beginning of the playoffs, Toronto. We did a breakdown on Toronto last Sunday. It was about 6 teams, all winning teams. They were 0-20 against those 6 teams.
Yes,
which is ridiculous. First of all, secondly, they loaded up on teams that were under 500. So I know that Isaiah's been on them, most of the year. I haven't been. I don't like them. Like I said, you can bring back quickly. Piggly, Wiggly, or whoever you want. It doesn't matter. They stand no chance against the Cleveland Cavaliers, for sure.
That is hilarious.
He's an Emmanuel Quickly's a point guard. I don't give a damn. I don't care if they bring back the young Isaiah Thomas.
I hate when I have to laugh at your jokes because usually they some stale jokes anyway. So I usually hate that I have to laugh at your jokes, man. You usually get on my nerves a little bit. But he may make a little bit of a difference. I'm not sure. I just think you're right. The two bigs are just dominating Cleveland, and Cleveland can't get a hold and win a game. Now, if they don't, I don't really think this is coming back to Cleveland, but the way the games have been going across the league, it looked like some of the games are 1-1. So, I'm not going to write the Raptors out as getting the broom, but it's a strong possibility that they could get the broom. So,
definitely.
I just told you. I told you early in the year, I'm not a Cavs fan. Since James was there and all the bandwagon people got on the fight, that's my bias with a little truth. I don't like the Cavs. I'm just showing my non-bias and saying that they stand a chance of getting out the East. But I told you that Harden seemed, after the first week, I didn't think he was going to make a difference because they hadn't played together, hadn't practiced. But he proved me along that they could just improvise him and Spider and get along. And it seems to be working to me. So I'm highly impressed that he's able to come into a new system without practice time and figure it out and play at a high level.
You dead on. And you said that on, I think, one of our other shows. You talked about the ability for him to get used to acclimate himself to the team, and he's done well with that. The good thing is Spider said, listen, you're coming to our team. We know what you've done, right? You scored almost 30,000 points in his career. Go ahead and let him handle it, right? And it's worked out for him so far. I know that there's a lot of questions about wait till game 6 or game 7. I'll tell you, I'm just here to tell you, it probably ain't going to be no game 6 or 7 in this series. You may have to wait. Isaiah may have to wait till the next series on that one.
No, Drake may have to come to the game to will him to one win, and that'll probably be it. And it should be a close game. But I think Cleveland is just a little too deep for the Raptors right now. I am amazed that the Raptors made the playoffs. I think they're one of the underperforming teams that we had talked about. But they had a net. Do you want to say anything else about that game? My bad.
What I was going to say is respond to somebody. What I was going to say was that the kid from Duke, his name escapes me right now. The forward, he talked about how he didn't get the ball and how he needs more than X amount of shots for them to have an opportunity to win and all of that type of dynamic. It just seems like they're a bunch of good players, but they don't match. That's what I see. And I just see the Ingram. I'm sorry, Ingram.
Ingram. Yeah, I forgot. He went to Kentucky. He didn't go. He went to Duke.
He went to Duke. He's a Duke kid. Yeah. But the thing is, because he came out, came out of college, they were talking about he's the next KD, right? But it just him making that statement after game 1, and y'all haven't beat good teams. I mean, settle down. Pump your brakes. You were in LA. Bron traded you to New Orleans. You were terrible there. New Orleans traded you to Toronto. Pipe down, little buddy. You got your money. Relax a little bit. I'll leave that alone with Mr. Ingram. Bron did trade. Wasn't we at the game when the guy was saying Bron's going to trade you? Were we at that game?
Yes, we were at that game. James has traded a lot of players, but hey, I'm waiting to see if he's going to trade his son or not. So we'll see about that.
Hey, now you talking about cutthroat. Now that'll be real cutthroat for real. Hey, son, I need to talk to you for a minute. We'll say we've seen crazy things, man, for sure.
We got to do more than laugh with this show, man. We got to actually talk a little sports before I go in on you, man.
You started it.
No, you started. So the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, man.
1-1. 1-1, man.
The Timberwolves won the second game 119 to 114. And did you see what Daniel said? He said the Nuggets don't have nobody that can play defense. Nobody.
I ain't like that, right? I didn't like that, because you say that now you're gonna have to stand on business. So I said I didn't really care who won. I felt like it was gonna be a 6 or 7 game series. Mm-hmm. Then my man Isaiah, who loves Ant. I think him and Ant
Oh,
are
he
related
loves the
somehow.
Timberwolves.
So
Oh,
he's chatting.
he must.
Hold
Hold on, he
tell me
must. Isaiah, hold on. Isaiah must be the godfather to one of them 10 kids he got.
So then he said, oh, it's a shame that Ant is not playing well and he's hurt in the first quarter. Oh, it's a shame. So he's walking around like he needs his leg amputated in the first quarter. Then all of a sudden, in quarters 2, 3, and 4, there's no limp. He's getting to the cup. He's dunking. So you know what I said, right? I know you're not a wrestling fan, but I said Gorilla Monsoon, who you do the wrestling announcement. You say he's got quick recuperative powers. He's got quick recuperative powers because he needed an amputation in quarter 1, and then he goes off for 26 points in the last 3 quarters.
Oh my god! Hey man, hold on. I got to address something, man. I just got a text, and somebody's gonna tell me to rep Indiana. Do they not see my name on there? King of Trolls, Homer Reggie. I'll represent everything Indiana, but Indiana doesn't have a major league baseball team.
Tell them to comment on the network so we can see it, so we can post it. Tell them to comment on the network.
Mike Sims. Don't be texting me Mike Sims, one of my golf buddies that give me a hard time on the course all the time, talking about I rep Indy. My name is Homer Reggie. I rep the Dodgers.
Let me help you out. Mike Sims, Josh Sims, Billy Sims, I don't care. Reggie's a homer in 3. It don't matter. That's all he is a
Thank
homer.
you. Thank
you.
I
got to give you your props.
Now back to the show. My bad. So back to the show. Now what were you saying?
That was
man, I got to respond to people.
I know. The second game, we talk about Minnesota and Denver, and I said that Ant looked like he needed his leg amputated after the first quarter. So all of a sudden he made a comeback. Now it's 1-1. And listen, this is one of those lose to leave town matches. I still think Denver in a piece, right? If they're healthy, if Denver stays healthy and Minnesota stays healthy, I think Denver got them by a little bit. But it wouldn't surprise me if Ant, whatever works for him to get his things taken care of, he'll be okay. And it wouldn't surprise me if Minnesota wins.
And now you got Scott Nichols texting me, talking about my team suck. I mean, the guy that says he represents the Colts and the Pacers that really cheers for James and the Pistons and whoever. I mean, why are these people texting me instead of commenting on the show? Don't text me directly.
I'm going to tell you why.
Comment on the show, okay?
Because it's personal. They want to dig you because they know they come on the show. They're going to hear some noise. So, got a comment. Just speaking of that, speaking of the devil, got a comment right there.
Okay. What's the comment? I can't
oh my God, Lee Burton, my boy Lee Burton said you were a Bulls fan back in the day.
Hey, look. So I went to Southern University with Lee. We got totally off subject. We're gonna have to get back on subject. I went to Southern University with Lee, and Lee's from California, and Lee used to wear a jerry curl on top, and would use up all the hot water in the shower, man, to activate that jerry curl that he had. Now this comes from a guy that used to be a Sacramento Kings fan because Chris Webber and Vidox were there, but they never could beat the Lakers. Then he jumps to OKC. Then, in the bubble, he jumps to the Lakers. He's always claimed to be a Raiders fan.
Hey,
but
I told you come in. Here comes Isaiah.
Isaiah, let's get back to the show. Because I'm not going to comment no more.
You're the one getting silent.
When people attack me, I have to defend
13 minutes myself. And we're already off the rails.
And people be attacking me. I have to defend myself, man. I can't take people talking about. Then comment on the show. Comment on YouTube, on the Game Time Network, under Truth Without Bias, so everybody can see you come. Just don't text me, you haters. Just don't text me. Golly, during the middle of a show, we live, and I'm supposed to read their. Luckily, I have my phone hooked up to my computer, and I can see the texts pop up. So, but that's that. But we were talking about
Minnesota and Denver. It's kind of an NBA show here, so we can.
Yeah. but I was impressed with the Nuggets.
Thank you, Danielle. Thank you very much.
What's she say?
No more garbage. We're talking about NBA hoops, and we're gonna get a real breakdown because Danielle's here watching, so we gotta give her some love. So shout out
we
to
ain't giving her no
Danielle.
love. She's a Bulls fan. We ain't
Oh,
giving her
what,
no
man?
love.
Let's get back to the damn show.
No, let me take that back. She's a Hammond, Indiana Bears fan. Let me take that back. My bad. She's a Hammond, Indiana Bears fan. I'll say that. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate you. Lee was a great roommate in college, even though he would eat up all the food before I got back to the room and everything. But he was a great roommate in college. Still a good friend to this day. But I was impressed by the Denver Nuggets offense in that first game. They were just an offensive. I was impressed that the joke. Well, that was in game 2. He went down and dunked on what you call. So Kendrick Perkins, Big Perk, that really hates Indiana, that loves to talk trash about our Pacers. He had said, was it him or was it Charles Barkley and Shaq? I don't remember who it was, but one of them said the Joker was going to dominate. What's the center for the Timberwolves? Because he always dominates him in the playoffs. The 7-1.
Gobert.
Gobert. He always dominates. I think the difference in these games is Gobert, whatever his name is actually
not Goldberg. You think about the wrestler, not Goldberg. Gobert.
Gobert. Yeah. I mispronounce words sometimes, but y'all know what I mean. The center from Minnesota. But I think the difference in these games, and they're being kind of close, it seems like a little bit to me, is because he's not going to stop Joker, but Joker has to actually play on both ends of the court with him. I think he has been a difference in why they won the second game. I know they got Ant and they got Daniels and they got everybody else, but I really think they're going to need Goldberg to show up. They plan on winning this series. Now, I really don't care who wins it, but Daniels may have a point. Who do they have to play defense? Who's other than Bruce Ball and for Denver?
Well, here's the question. What the hell? Where was you at in game 1 then, if that's the case?
True.
I mean, the thing for me is this. You say that, you're going to have to back it up, right? Denver's a formidable team. That core of that team has been together for a while, right? And they're a championship core. Minnesota doesn't have that. So I would probably pump my brakes a little bit, talking about they can't play defense. It's the NBA. Most players aren't allowed to play defense, okay? So we got to be wary of that. But the other piece with that is, though, you had a Herculean effort from Ant in the second, third, and fourth quarter. That's what put them over the top. Then Gobert playing that fourth quarter defense, that was a difference maker. But here's the thing. Right. He can't do that on the offensive end. He's very limited on the offensive end. His bag is pretty much empty. So that's why Joker won't have to do as much from a defensive end. But making Joker work hard on the offensive end, it definitely worked, and it wore him down in that fourth quarter. So I give him credit for that, but be careful. Murray was lighting them up in that first half, and I didn't see a whole lot of confidence from those players in Minnesota. So they just got to be careful with that, in my opinion.
Well, but I do think that Gobert and Randall may be key pieces. I know you got the Ant, and you want the Ant to take a majority of the shots, but this is a team sport.
Yeah,
he's going to have to figure out a way to get them more involved in the game. Now, I know you said Gobert. Yeah, he's limited offensively. I mean, because he's going to rebound and he's going to dunk the ball. But you got to figure out a way to right. Because if the Joker plays off him, he has to rebound. He has to put it back. Exactly. That's exactly what I want to say. Thank you for your.
But here's the thing, though, right? Game 3, we know it's just monumental. It's going to be big. You're going home. All that wonderful stuff. Don't be surprised if Denver wins game 3 and probably loses game 4. The crowd, remember, we've been at game 3s coming back to Indy. We're all hyped up, everybody fired up, ready for 2-1 and all that. And it just doesn't work out right for you, right? But again, I think it's gonna be a good series. I still think 6 or 7 games, but it's a toss-up. And again, if Ant is legitimately hurt, which I don't think he's legitimately hurt. I know Isaiah believes in it. Isaiah believes in the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus, but I don't know that he's hurt, like everybody's, he must be really hurt. He didn't look hurt in the last 3 quarters. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. He just did. And I watched the whole game. He didn't look hurt in the last 3 quarters. But I hope he has an opportunity to finish out the series, and play well. Yeah, Isaiah, I said it. Because you was in. Oh my God!
We're gonna get to Isaiah. We're gonna save Isaiah for last. But let's get to the next game that was on Monday. The 6'1" point guard that you don't like, that is a pretty good player to me. But The Hawks, 107-106. CJ, man, what can you say about CJ?
Here's what I'm
Hawks
saying.
on his back. They started talking trash to him. Okay, go ahead.
He's a pro. He been there, done that. And my issue with what went on in the game in game 2, New York and all the fall on the ground. And Atlanta Hawks players were getting frustrated. So I'm going to give them a lot of credit. They kept fighting. Remember, they were down 14. They were down 9 in the fourth quarter. And they came back and won the game because of the veteran leadership, of CJ McCollum. And also he sought out Brunson. He hunted him. And Brunson had no answer. And all this talk about the back end for New York because those forwards are tough and all of that. I'm sorry, man. It didn't work out. And again, I still think New York's going to win the series. I absolutely do. But I like what happened in game 2. They said, we're not going to get, you're not going to sweep us. Remember, people say, oh, it's going to be a sweep. It's over with and all of that. This is going to be a six-game series. It absolutely could be.
Well, I will not be surprised if the Hawks win this series because of what you said. He is a 6'1" guard. If you put him in those pick and rolls, if you put him where he has to play defense, it's going to limit his offense because you're going to be tired. In ways of KD last night. So they're going to seek out and put him in pick and rolls on every game, okay? Yeah. I've had some guys talk crazy to me about the Pacers not being in the playoffs, and I couldn't understand how he was talking crazy about the Pacers not being in the playoffs, and the Knicks just lost to the Hawks. I can't believe he's talking crazy, and the Pacers have beat the Knicks the last 2 years in the playoffs. But that's neither here or there.
Listen, we know our hatred for New York. That musty, rat-infested city. We hate New York. There's no love for New York. So be clear on that and keep Indiana Pacers' name out your mouth. Go on to your next story.
Hold on. I know we on the Knicks. and Hawks. But do you realize the Hawks won the fourth quarter 28-15?
Yeah, they were down 9. They were down 9. Yeah.
28-15. What I don't understand is the Houston Rockets know they needed a point guard after Van Fleet went down for the season. Why didn't they try to go get CJ? I don't understand that. I don't understand why the Houston Rockets didn't try, but we'll get to that on the next because that's Tuesday's game. We'll talk about that Tuesday game. But, I was just highly impressed by the vet CJ. I've always been impressed with him since he's been in Portland. They talked trash to him. They got him going. He was coming in, and he was just shooting that little floater all over him, and he was killing him. He was killing.
No, they had no answer for him, in that, especially in that fourth quarter. And the thing is, for him missing those free throws, after he missed the first one, I said he should probably miss the second on purpose because getting the ball and getting up and down the court, a desperation shot. I mean, I don't think he missed it on purpose, to be honest. But I was saying, just miss it. Just miss it.
How surprised are you that Bridges took that last shot?
Not at all. He's taking a lot of their last shots. And remember, I think it was 4 seconds to go. So there wasn't a lot of time to move that ball around. You had to get the ball up the court, and they're still playing defense. So it was about a 20-footer from the baseline, a shot that he's probably made 100 times in his career.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of commentary. People were mad that he didn't go to the hole and he settled for the shot. But you're right. It was 4 seconds on the clock. No, he's a pro. He should have an internal clock. But he got the rebound. He had to get down, of course.
One little inch. If the ball's in your hand, it doesn't count. So he wanted to make sure he got the shot off.
Should Brown have to call the timeout?
No, I wouldn't have. In my coaching days, I wouldn't have. Let them, because here's the deal: you coach your players for all circumstances, right? And if you're not, and this is the time, their defense isn't set up. And they don't know what's going to happen. So, what you call scramble. That's what you call a scramble. And you put the ball in the hands of the guy you can, because you got 4 seconds, so it's a little bit tight, and you scramble. That's your best offense at that point. Calling the timeout, getting the ball, advancing the ball.
Allowing the defense a chance to set up and everything.
Yeah. So, I'm not a fan of that at all. I call scramble, and you prepare for this. What are you going to call a timeout for?
Okay, so
for me, scramble's the best opportunity, and we've seen not just Brunson, but seen guys hit shots like that at the end of the game all year. So I would just call scramble. Yeah.
Now I don't remember if you said this or not. When Atlanta traded the other 6'1" guard to Washington, I don't know if we were expecting Atlanta to even make the playoffs this year. I can remember your take on the Atlanta Hawks when
Trae Young, listen, you clearly this is your last time. I'm telling you.
I didn't get just watch Sunday.
You're going to be required to watch prior shows.
Okay. That's what I'm asking.
Trae Young was an absolute liability. The players weren't fans of his because they had to cover for him so much. He wanted to take all the big shots, but he wanted to relax and rest on defense and have other people cover for him. The best thing that could have happened was them trading Trae Young, and they didn't get a lot back other than CJ at the point. Okay, we got CJ McCollum. Okay, how's that going to work out? It worked out pretty damn good because he's
I wasn't bringing that up because I know you don't like CJ. I mean, you don't like.
No, it's not that I don't like.
I was bringing it up because I'm actually amazed that Atlanta was able to transform their season this year with the trade that they did and make it into the playoff. That amazed me that it's actually working. Yes. I wouldn't expect them until next year.
I thought the opposite. I thought getting rid of Trae Young was an absolute steal. Mm-hmm. Getting rid of that because, again, the way their team is constructed, they got longer players and they got talented players. And he was going to smother the growth of those players. So getting rid of him was an epic win for Atlanta. And I'm the one who said people go to Atlanta. Atlanta is the place where careers go to die. But I'm gonna tell you, they've looked great during the second half of the season. It's 1-1 in New York, and like I said on our show on Sunday, you better finish them off quick because if you get an injury and something happens, and all of a sudden you're crying, well, we had an injury, and that's what. No, play ball.
Play ball.
New York pissed that game away in game 2. That's their problem, and they're gonna probably pay the price for it.
Well, actually, I'm a fan of the ATL Magic City Hawks right now. So let's go Hawks. Let's get them out. You know, I'm not cheering for no sorry Knicks, but you know.
Hey, this is a musician show. This is a magic show. Now, is that you talking about the magic show, right?
The Magic City show. The magic. You know what Magic City in the ATL is.
I'm guessing it's a carnival or something. It's a carnival or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a carnival. Asses walking through. That's for sure. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
So what else we got for New York and Atlanta?
That's it. I was about to go to 76ers and the Celtics because George Maple just texted me and he's been tagging me talking crazy because the Sixers beat them 111-90. So I didn't get a chance to see that game. Did you see that game?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you this, right? That backcourt for the Sixers, and I said it, and you clowned me last week. I said within the next 3 years, they're gonna be the top backcourt in the league. Maxey's the fastest guy in the league, and Edgecombe showed you what his worth was. They had him going. I said they're going to be on Brown. They put him on Tatum, and he didn't bat an eye. Look at the box score. Look at the box score. Brown had another hell of a game, like he always has had, and yet Tatum had a good game, but it was a little bit nullified by working so hard on the back end with Edgecombe. Edgecombe is a quick combo guard as well too. So I like the backcourt of Philadelphia.
I was highly impressed with him. You know, he's the youngest player to score the points that he scored. Well, I'm looking at it right now.
30 and 10. I think it was
35 minutes, 30 points, 10 rebounds. The last two people who did that, the youngest people to do that was James, and before James, it was Magic Johnson.
And that's not granted, we gotta be careful of those because people, he could do with that. Probably not. But the thing is, though, they're young and they're fired up. And listen, I don't like Paul George, right? I think he's a phony. But that 25 game rest that he got was perfect. He
19 points in 35 minutes, 2 of 5 from 3-point range, 3 of 6 from free throw, 4 assists, 3 assists. 4 rebounds. 3 assists.
Dude, he's rejuvenated, right? And he's got a second chance. And for me, and I know people say, well, you want to get, and I know George is probably maybe chime in on this. I don't think Embiid it would be the impact in this series. I think the way they are now, with Drummond playing center, you don't need to run anything for Drummond. He's just gonna get boards, But when Embiid's in the game, you got a 7'2", 280-pound center hovering around the 3-point line.
That wants to shoot threes.
I like what they've got. This matchup is for me. I like because if Embiid's there, guess what happens? He gets the ball.
Mm-hmm.
and those other players won't be able to flourish.
You gotta let Maxey flow.
Yeah.
PG is still a pretty good player, but
yeah,
if you depending on Tobias Harris to win you a championship, you may be in a little trouble here. Now, I've really never had a problem with the Sixers against Boston historically, because I've always been a big Dr. J fan. From his ABA days. I don't remember him all those, but you always heard Dr. J growing up. And I used to like Dr. J, and I used to like Moses Malone, I used to like Darrell Duncanstein. That is about as far as my love for the Sixers go. Oh, and World Be Free. You got to bring a World Be Free and Andrew Toney,
Don't forget Moses Malone, 444.
Yes, rest in heaven. Rest in peace. You can't forget one of the first players to be drafted straight out of high school.
Yeah.
Charles Barkley said Moses Malone made him a professional because he told him he was fat, and it made Charles Barkley cry.
Yeah.
But I do not want the Sixers to win it. I hate Boston. But the Sixers fan base, George Maple, get on my nerves, trolling the king of trolls. So there's no way in hell that I'm going to cheer for the Sixers. But I was impressed by that victory. And I agree with you about Joel Embiid. But my thing is, they got to get, people beat up on the Pacers saying we're tanked. The Sixers had a 10-year tanking process where they gave it a name, trust the process. That means tank. That's what that meant, I'm still going to say Boston in 6.
I still think Boston's going to win the series. But again, I'm going to say it on air. If somebody gets hurt or something happens, the worm can turn. So you better put them away as early as you can. But Philly's going back home with some confidence, right? Mm-hmm. He's got to be careful, right, of not messing up the chemistry piece and maybe rushing Embiid back. I don't think he's going to, I don't know if the report is that he's coming back to play in Philly or not. George would probably know more than I would. But I would just say in my view, they've got to come out and treat game 3 like it's a game 7.
What in the heck is going on with Andrew Drummond? Okay, he played 26 minutes. He had 10 points, 4 field goals, 1 or 2 free throws. When he was on the court, it was a plus 12. But he didn't hit a 3 in the last 2 games. What the hell is going on with that?
He's expanding his game. But they don't need a guy shooting 6 or 7 threes, right? And he's a guy that's not allergic to paint.
Okay.
He ain't running from problems. He's running to them. So I like that mix of what they have in the middle with him versus Embiid's going to score more. It's going to be more stuff. But I think allowing Maxey, Edgecombe, and Paul George to do their thing, that gives them this opportunity. Embiid being, and I know the Philadelphia folks say, no, we need our best player. I don't think he's the best player. I think Maxey's the best player on the team.
I think Maxey's the best player on the team also. I agree with you. But Edgecombe, boy, man, I don't know, man. He's a bad boy. I told you,
hey, 3 years, I'm telling you, if those guys stay together contractually, the best backcourt in the league is going to reside in Philadelphia.
Man, I heard you say that about like 7 different teams, man.
You said the best
backcourt in the league. I'll have to go back and look at the shows, but I know you said that about something. I know you changed your view. You said that about Detroit Pistons going to be the best backcourt in the league in 3 years.
You never heard me say that. You never heard
you
me
said it.
You never heard me say it. I said I felt Detroit Pistons were going to come out of the East. That's what I said.
That's what you're going to owe me my $8.
You already owe me.
No.
You know what? Listen, we'll talk about the other thing too. Matter of fact, if that thing doesn't happen by Saturday that we talked about, I know where you live. I'm gonna have a conversation with somebody. So I'll leave it at that.
Do you realize the Sixers had a starter play 22 minutes? He didn't score a point. He didn't score a free throw. He had 3 rebounds, 1 turnovers, and 1 block, and they still won the game.
That's the backup guy. That's the backup guy, right?
He started that game, though.
Okay. He's playing forward then, right? Number 30? Is that what I'm talking about? Can't remember his name.
Yes.
He's a defensive presence. He's a guy. He's a high motor guy, active hands, active body. He's there for that for sure.
Okay.
Hey, Iron Mike said 555. That's the version of Moses in 444, I guess.
Yeah, I did forget. Somebody said Moses Cheeks. I forgot about Cheeks. Cheeks. My bad. Cheeks, I still like Cheeks and World Be Free and Andrew Toney back in the day. But those were the old Sixers I used to care about. I don't really care about the new ones because of George Maple. But, hey, man, Trailblazers and Spurs, do the Blazers stand a chance now? I don't think Wemby, and Wemby's going to be the NBA. I mean, he got all the votes for defensive player of the league. He should get some votes for most valuable player of the league. And I didn't see that game either. I work a job, so I didn't see that game. But I did go on first stick today and saw his nasty fall. And I know people were making fun because Larry Bird felt the same way. But I do think he's not going to play Friday.
That's different. But let me give you the defensive player of the year thing. Think about this. Evan Mobley was defensive player of the year 2 years ago. Didn't get a vote. There's a lot of politics in these votes, right? There's a lot of politics. You got to, like somebody, and Wemby's in all of our faces, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna knock the guy.
He's the brand new car. He's the brand new car that everybody shine.
He's on one side of the lane, and all he needs to take is one step, and he's on the other side blocking shots. So you got to give him credit, right? But what I'll say to this is, though, and it goes back again. I'm gonna keep on saying it. They didn't put Portland away. They were up double digits in the fourth quarter. They went on. They went on like an 8-point run, and they went up double digits. Portland fought back. They fought back not just because they won because of Wemby. Man, they were neck and neck when the whole time when Wemby was in the game, and when he was out.
He only played what, 6 minutes, or was it 12 minutes?
It was the first. I'm talking about the first quarter, right? It wasn't like they were pulling away. But then the point being is you still got these other good players, and Portland just showed you they're not quitting. Mm-hmm. So do I think Portland has a chance? Only if Wemby doesn't play. Now, this isn't a finger that you can pop back in place. This is a concussion. And think about this now. It's not up to the Spurs doctors. This is independent medical deal. And if he's not cleared, I'm worried about San Antonio if he's not cleared.
So he has 48 hours that, to be monitored or whatever. You can't do nothing for 48 hours, practice nothing.
Right.
48 hours. And then they have to fly to Portland from San Antonio. It's not like a bus trip from Houston to San Antonio or anything. This is flying, and you have a concussion.
Yeah.
And then you have to pass your baseline that you set up at the beginning of the season. Yeah. I do not think he's going to play on Friday, and I will give him a probable for Sunday. But I still think the Spurs can beat him without him. But I was saying that the Spurs had a chance of winning the championship. They cannot win a championship without him.
Right.
I will say that. I still think the Trailblazers don't shoot the ball good enough to beat the Spurs. I mean, Scoop played a good game, but yeah.
I gotta give you props. You remember on this show last week, I haven't been impressed with Scooter Henderson his whole career. He played out of his mind the other night. I hit him with a 30-piece, which I was very impressed with, right? He just got to back that up with something. I don't see – my thought is, you had a great game. But a lot of guys have had one great game, two great games. His team needs him. You're the number 2 pick in the draft for a reason. You got an opportunity to help your bigs out and also, to put a lot of pressure on that guard play on the other side over there. So, the San Antonio's guards, Fox is tough. But put a lot of pressure on Fox, though.
You got some good points, but I was just looking at the YouTube comments. Who is Iron Mike, all things Indy? That sounds like a guy I could drink a beer with. I'm Homer Reg.
Hey, all things Indy.
Yeah, I like him.
Message us out, man. We'll connect, Mike. We always can have a sip or two.
Yeah. He calls them the Gel Blazers. I guess that's in reference to the Detroit Piston that's going to court or something, But yeah, you had some good points on that, man. I hadn't really been impressed with Scoot either. Scoot was the number 2 draft pick behind Wemby. Am I correct?
Yeah.
But he's had some injuries and everything. So let's see if he's able to live up to his height. Because, that 30-point was very, very impressive.
Yeah. And he's strong. Listen, here's the deal. When the draft prospects first came out the year he came out, the thought was that Scoot was going to be the first pick. But then they saw Wemby. They said, maybe Scoot will be the second pick.
Got the G League versus
Yeah.
whatever when that was.
Ignite. I think it was G League Ignite, if I remember right. And after that, it was like, nah, bro, this is the first pick here.
So I know who Iron Mike is. Iron Mike is Mike Sims, the guy I played golf with that just went on me about my LA Dodgers hat that I wear because of Jackie Robinson, the first black guy when that went to the Major League Baseball with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And I don't like the stankies like you do. So that's why I wear Dodgers. I'm going to give me an Indianapolis Indians hat. That's Indiana's triple league team, 3A or whatever.
Triple A. You're good. You're good. Don't worry. We're gonna keep on the rails. Though we're having some good stuff with
These comments are killing me. These comments are killing me, man.
Let's go to OKC. Let's go to OKC and their matchup. What are you thinking?
Okay, OKC. OKC. Hold on, I'm trying to call it up. I don't know why I can't call it up. Hold on, let's save OKC first.
Okay.
No, let's go ahead and go to OKC. You're right. Let's go ahead and go to OKC. I just don't know why I'm not finding it on my. You go ahead and talk, man, while I'm looking it up, okay?
Okay. So they got the MVP award coming up. You know, SGA is talking about this is going to be talked about. He's going to win the MVP. The first round of the playoffs is a little challenging. They've got why is it escaping me who they're playing right now?
It's not. They're playing the Suns. It's not
Phoenix, yeah. So they blew them out game
119 to 84.
Yeah. Blew them out game one. The tough part for that is, man, they have nobody on that side, meaning Phoenix, that can match up with that depth that OKC has. Mm-hmm. If Phoenix wins a game, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I agree with you. OKC should win in a landslide. But let's bring that back up. You were talking about his politics for some of these awards, you know.
Yeah.
Wemby did politic earlier and last year about being defensive player of the year, or was it defensive rookie player of the year? I don't remember.
Well, no, he said, I'm the best. He said I'm the best. And you know what? I'd rather you say that than, well, whatever happens. I don't know. No, if you feel you're the best, say it. It's okay.
Wemby is the best. Wemby should also be MVP. I'm impressed with the guy from France. I'm impressed that he's not letting NBA players push him around. You know, he respects them, but now he's pushing back now. Yeah. All 235 pounds. I've never seen a 7'4" guy.
There's no way he's 230 pounds. He got.
That's what I looked up. He said 235 pounds, and he's 7'4".
He's got 2 5-pound sacks of sand in his pockets. If he's 235, ain't no way in the hell.
But Wemby should be Defensive Player of the Year and MVP of the Year. Wemby is a force that we're gonna have to deal with for a long time. And I'm going to tell you something else. I told somebody at work. I said, Jonathan Bender would have been the first Wemby if he didn't have knee problems because he could shoot, he could handle that ball, he had a growth spurt. Yeah. Back then, operations weren't good for your knees, so naturally he had to retire. But I am highly impressed. I really don't care about San Antonio. I like a few players like some other people, But I really think he should be the MVP of the league because he doesn't push off. He shoots over the top. He comes to help play defense, and he doesn't mind sharing the ball, and he's acting like a grown-ass man. Yeah, he's leading that team and saying, this is on me, this is on Council, we're going to get this done. And I'm also impressed by Council.
Well said, Reggie. You know what? I'm really impressed with you today. Well, you're hitting some good points.
Political award. It should be an award that he should just win it.
You're going to make me tear up. You know that? You're going to make me. That's good stuff, man. So we covered every series now?
No, we haven't. We're going to save the Lakers series for last.
Okay, I was going to say, those guys out west. Yeah.
But we're going to talk about the Magic and Pistons because you're going to owe me money when the Magic beat the Pistons.
I was trying to get out of this.
Yeah, I know you were.
You got me on this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you this: after 1-1 tonight, I think play tonight. 1-1 tonight,
mm-hmm.
It's gonna be all even. But the best player in the series does not play on Detroit. Paulo Banchero is licking his chops, man. This is a perfect. Now, this isn't a perfect matchup for Orlando. This is a perfect matchup for Vancaro. This dude is tough. He can put the ball on the deck. He got a midi. He's got a long range. He gets to the cup. He's going to give Detroit hell no matter when. Detroit will win the series, but he's going to give Detroit hell this series. That dude is versatile. I love his game. Him getting to the cup is going to be the answer. Get to the line and get your points, man. He's going to frustrate those forwards for Detroit for sure.
I just hate when he settles for the three. I hate when he settles for the three. I think he's a great player, and I was hoping the Pacers could have got him. But he needs to stop settling for the three and get to the hole and get to the line a little bit more for my liking.
Yeah, me and Isaiah talked about that on the show the other day. We both man crush on him, and I saw him in person in that dump of a stadium called Kia Center. I'm just gonna say it. It's a dump, and I guess I'm a little biased. Here's my bias because we go to the world's greatest basketball stadium, right?
The world's greatest.
I'm a little bit biased, but Kia Center is a dump. It is a dump. I'm just telling you, it is a.
But you're a little bit of bias. It's the truth. This is the first time you've had bias that was the truth.
Look at you.
Bias with a little truth. You see what I did there? Bias with a little truth.
You know what? You go, boy. You all right today. You all right today. But no, man. So I think that they really shocked Detroit in that game one. Detroit thought they could just roll the ball out there and just ball. Nah, it's going to take a little bit. I could see 6 games, but Detroit's in the same position. Was in the same position of Orlando last year playing the Knicks. Tough team, and all that. So you're the hunted. You're the hunter. Now you're the hunted. A little bit different ball game. Yeah.
But you got to think. I don't think Isaiah, me, you, Ramon had much faith in Orlando because they didn't live up to their potential this year. They also have had a lot of injuries. Franz, whatever
the Wagner
sex
brothers, right? Matter of fact, the
yes.
game I went to after the Super Bowl, it was his first game back from being injured, right? So there's a lot to that. But again, it goes back. Who's
they've
healthy?
had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
But through this playoffs, now they're starting to play up a little bit. They're starting to pick it up a little bit. The coach is starting to coach you. They're starting to get a little belief.
Yeah.
If they win another game, you better watch out. The Pistons, the one Pistons, the Malice in the Palace. The first Malice in the Palace was Charles Barkley, the Sixers, and Charles Barkley and Lamberry. You don't remember that, Cotton. Some of the listeners are too young to remember when the Sixers got into it with the Pistons.
I remember that.
Malice. So, but
was Mahorn on
this case? Yes.
Mahorn was on the Sixers team at the time because he and Charles Barkley. This would have been probably 92 or 3 or something like that. Maybe 93 or 94, something like that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So just before, I have no love lost for the Pistons, other than you're going to owe me money because you picked them to come out the East.
Yeah.
I have no love. And I hope Orlando beats them in 5 games. If Orlando gets a little bit more confident,
you want to bet on that too?
No, we already got a bet. We
can wipe that bet away if we can go all for nothing. And if you want to go that way, we can do that now.
No, we're not going to do that. I'm positive we're not going to do that.
Fair enough. But no, nothing much else to say about the Detroit and Atlanta. We hit that a little bit. There's some ancillary players that are going to do their part. But we'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. So last but not least.
Hold on. Let me call it back up. Let me get my split screen working here. I'm a blue collar worker, so I'm not always that good with technology. Even though I graduated from Southern University in Electrical Engineering Technology.
You're my BFF, and that's all that matters, buddy.
You are not my BFF. I don't care for you. Somebody just asked us where we from. Mo.
I got it.
Okay. But let's talk about the Lakers. Let's talk about Isaiah, Lakers, and Houston Rockets. Isaiah, you're very happy. You don't even want King James on your team anymore. You said you want his contract dropped next year, but you're cheering for him like he's the second coming of Michael Jordan.
I agree.
He ain't even the third coming of Michael Jordan. He done lost too many finals, okay? They're just playing the Houston Rockets, who lost their point guard during
At the
training
beginning of the
camp.
season. At the beginning of the season.
And I don't believe in their coach anymore because I don't think he's coaching. I don't believe in their management because they should have went out and got a point guard a long time ago. They should have went out and got a point guard a long time ago.
I agree.
I know y'all don't have Luka, and I know y'all don't have AR, but y'all not winning because of y'all team. Y'all winning because of the dummies in Houston who didn't go out and get a point guard.
Yeah, and that team's in turmoil. Tell them that too. They're not winning because of skill. They're winning because they're playing against a deficient team that's been arguing all season long. So if they played against a real team, it wouldn't be happening.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna give you some credit. Hey, LeBron scored a lot of points yesterday. There's your credit. Yeah. Next,
he went back in the time capsule, and I'll give props where props are due. I don't like him. I like him off the court because of the things he do.
You like him off the court. I don't like him off the court. Don't get me started on that.
Well, I like him because the way he helps and speaks out for social issues and stuff. But on the court, I do not like him. Yes, he beat the Pacers a couple of times, but a couple of times he was gifted to him the goaltending on Victor Oladipo. But we ain't gonna go into that. We're talking about the Lakers right now. They're just playing the Houston Rockets, and they're playing a team who management and coaching did nothing to better that team. The Lakers did what they did. KD was going off in the first half. They started teaming him in the second. He got wore down. He can't do it by himself. This is a team sport. So the Rockets may win one game. Let's see how they play in Houston. Let's see if they win 2 games in Houston.
But it's easy money, though. You got a team that's all splintered about. Everybody's got their own angle and all that stuff. Like, this is easy. The Lakers, and again, they were favorites at the beginning of the series anyway, right? So guess what? I'm not impressed with you being up 2-0 against a ragtag bunch of players in Houston who can't get along and a coach who's lost the team. No one cares.
Yeah. So your co-host in your other show, Game Time Network, Game Time, Isaiah just said we both had the Houston. We did have the Houston Rockets.
I don't have the video recording of that. I said the only way they would not win is if I said if they win, that means Luka and AR-15 will probably come back. I said that. I still think they're going to come back. I don't think they're hurt, by the way. And I think game one was a scam, by the way.
There's no need for them to come back the way King James is playing right now. Let's see if he can do it for 4 games.
They should win. They're the favorites. They were the higher seed. They were lower seed. They should win. They got the greatest player of all time. No one's impressed with that. Isaiah, stop whining. I don't care. He's
not the greatest player of all time.
That's what everybody says. He's the greatest. He's the greatest.
Yeah. Let's go with Oscar Robertson. I'll go a throwback and say Oscar Robertson out of Indiana, Addicts High School, the first historically black school to win a state championship in the state. I'll say Oscar Robertson. I ain't gonna say nobody.
Nobody caring about Isaiah and his fandom for the Lakers. We had a 35-minute call today. All I heard was kick, 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 laugh on the phone.
He's tagging me. Did you see him tagging us on Facebook when the Lakers won? 2 games in a row.
I'm a blocking. He's insufferable.
I ain't gonna block him because I'm gonna tell him what a grown man told me one time. My daddy, what'll make you laugh right now will make you cry later. So he's gonna laugh and he's gonna enjoy and he's gonna smile, but he's gonna cry when the Lakers lose in the second round.
And you're gonna give it to him. You're gonna tag him because I got him blocked. I'm blocking. I don't want all that crap on my timeline.
Yeah.
I'm only doing positive stuff on my timeline. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm the king of trolls. So I'm gonna say the Spurs gonna win their series. I'm gonna say the Celtics gonna win their series. I'm gonna say the Lakers gonna win their series. I'm gonna say OKC is gonna win their series. I'm going to say, it hurts me to say this, but the Magic over the Pistons will win that series. Let me see who else I got here. Of course, the Cavs gonna beat the Raptors.
What about Atlanta and New York?
So my bias is I hate the Knicks, okay?
Okay.
My bias want the Hawks to win.
Okay.
The truth is the Knicks will probably win it, but I'm gonna say the Hawks because I hate the Knicks. There you go. How about that?
We covered everything NBA. But
Well, hold on, you didn't say Denver and Timberwolves. Who do you think? That's Isaiah's gonna say the Timberwolves. We know that.
I'll pick Denver, but if Ant comes out with the with crutches and a fake cast on his foot next game, it wouldn't surprise me. And then he tears it off in the middle of the first quarter and hangs 30 on him. This thing is so scripted. It's scripted for the Lakers too. That's why I don't care about the Lakers, and it's a scam. But listen, we've talked about a lot of Indiana stuff. I want to hit a little bit before we go. The Indianapolis Colts and their veteran cornerback. A lot of conversation about that, Reggie. What are you thinking about the Colts and their veteran, long time defensive back? I'm gonna give you an opportunity. Here we go. Oh Lord, I don't know if I should have asked about this or not.
I'm a little biased when it comes to the coach and everything. I'm gonna pick up my Frank Gore football that Frank Gore signed, and I'm gonna grab my coach comforter and put on my shoulder, and I'm gonna talk about the Colts. Kenny has been a great defensive back for the Colts, and he's played great ball. He's only due $10 million this year. This is the final year of his contract. I think that you can never have too many defensive DBs because they go down. And we've seen that with the Colts in previous years that they typically will lose a couple of QBs. But with Ward and Walcott coming back next year, I think Ward's going to come back. Even though he said those concussions, I think he still wants to play. I think he's going to come back.
It's going to be tough, man. He's had a lot of concussions in a short time.
And then I think Sauce is going to be okay for the beginning of the season.
Okay.
But let's hope that Ponds out of the championship IU Hoosiers, you heard it right. IU Hoosiers. Let's hope that the Colts are able to draft Ponds and he can learn behind some great veterans what he needs to do. Because I think Ponds is going to be, I know he's undersized, but I know he's fast, but he
can play. How about that?
I think he'll be okay.
Hey, Darrell Green was small too.
Yeah.
Darrell Green small too.
I just think I'm glad that it's not a messy breakup between the Colts and Kenny Moore. I hope he goes to a team. I wish him well. When players come to the Colts or the Pacers, when they leave, I always wish them well and hope they do better. I just hope they don't lose to the teams I want. I just think that he wants to go to a winner because he's 30 years old. That's kind of old for a DB. And we got some old DBs, but I think he wants to. I think it says a lot. It says to me that he may be having a problem with the defensive coordinator. His snaps may be cut. Right. And he may not believe that the Colts give him the best chance of winning a championship ring. Every player, Charles Barkley, Paul George, even in football, wants to win a championship. And sometimes they want to be put in a situation. I mean, they don't chase super team like King James.
Yeah, we don't even want to talk about him anymore. We don't even want to talk about him no more.
Everybody wants a championship ring, and to give him an opportunity to get traded, because we should get some pretty good second-round picks back for him. I'm willing to wish him well in his next stop.
Well, good deal. And I know we've hit on a lot of Colts talk over the last few weeks and everything. Maybe we'll have a special dynamic and Boss with a Little Truth next week because the draft is tomorrow. We'll have an opportunity to see what the Colts did in the draft. Maybe there's some by the time next week comes, we'll have some undrafted free agents that'll be have an opportunity to come to Indianapolis and play. And we can, give you the breakdown of your Indianapolis Colts. Because I've already told you 6-11 on deck. But I know you got a lot of confidence, and I'm not gonna challenge you on that. But just know I'm not a Colts fan, and they're gonna stink next year. And the GM won't be there at the end of the season. So clip that.
Well, coming from a person that has 10 NFL teams that cheers for teams and cheers for Alabama Tide, I expect what hate from you. So
Crimson
clip
Tide.
that. Yeah,
Crimson
Tide. Yeah, whatever.
Them losers, Alabama Tide.
Them losers that IU beat in the playoffs. How about that? Now let's see who you go for between the Hoosiers and Alabama.
Let me tell you this. Again, watch the show and you come back and talk to me. That's your homework assignment for the next 2 weeks. Watch the show when you come back.
Iron Mike had me out there playing golf on Sunday, so I couldn't watch the show.
You mean Sunday? Did you play Saturday too? You want me to go there? No, listen, I'm not doing that. Listen, we're at our hour. We talked about an hour in our pre-production meeting.
Hey,
and we
hold on. Your Yankees are in first place, but how the hell are you in first place with a record of 14-9? That whole division sucks. The Tampa Bay Rays are 13-11. Baltimore Orioles are 12-13.
23 games in. It's baseball.
They got
120 games left.
We're going to talk baseball this summer a little bit, too, before I go on the hay.
You will brushing up your skills because I'm already ready. I've been waiting to talk ABS for the last 4 damn weeks, and you ain't said a word. We hear that mess. Can't stand you. This was a good show until you just brought up, your Yankees are 14-9. They're over 500.
Hey, whatever. The stanky stuff. But I want to thank everybody that's tuned in today. For the Texas doing the show that distract me a little bit, that let the dummy get his point in, that made great points. But thank you for tuning in. And most of the time, if you want to comment on YouTube so we can see the comments and I don't have to be going back and forth from my phone. Darrell, you did a great job. I may let you be this much of my friend now. About this much. How about that?
I appreciate this. We're a little bit more reserved today. Excited about our conversation before we went live. But just know this. Next week, Bias a Little Truth is coming back. Back on Tuesday. We will not be doing anything on Wednesday. Old Cott's got some stuff going on next Wednesday, but we will definitely be on Tuesday.
I may have our merger on Tuesday. We'll talk about it. We'll let you know. I'll go live on my Facebook page. We may have to do a Monday or we may have to do a Thursday, but we will let you know ahead of time. And that's a good thing about being on YouTube. You can set your own schedule. You just gotta let your people know.
Yeah, let your co-host know. Good stuff. Again, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to everybody who's been watching. This has been the Game Time Network with Truth and a Little Bias by your boy, D. Cott and Reggie. King of the Trolls, Sykes, a.k.a. Homer Reggie. Everybody, y'all have a safe night and be